up, shine. So guys, listen, we are in for a bit of a surprise today. We are getting ready to do something that is going to make you so hungry. It's going to make you so angry because you can't eat it, but it's just so much fun. Guess what we're going to do? We are going to do Bun Candles. Bun Candles. Bun Candles. Yes, guys, we are going to do some candles that smell like cinnamon buns. I am so excited that you guys decided to come and join me today for this fabulous teaching. I already did the first part, which is laid the wax. I used like a tannish brown looking, kind of like cinnamon frosting. It's not quite white, it's kind of like brown because it has more of a cinnamon color. So guys, I want you to go ahead and do that. Once you do that, we got our piping bag. We're gonna need a piping bag and a piping tip. We're gonna need a cinnamon silicone mold. What I did with these, you see how realistic they look? Oh my God, they're so cool. What I did was I took the mold and I put actual ground cinnamon into it. Like, so I sprinkled it all around and then I went and poured the wax on top of it. When you pour the wax on top of it, don't float to the top like you would think it would. It actually just made it look so much more realistic. So this is how they look after you put the cinnamon. Now, it will not affect the burn. I know a lot of people are wondering that. It will not affect the burn. It will actually still burn the same way, so you will have no problems with that. Another thing I went ahead and did was I went ahead and got the whip for the wax. So that's already whipped. The whip is called the wax that is whipped. Okay, so I already got that ready. The next thing, what else I needed to have ready? I got everything ready. We're pretty much ready to go. We done danced our heart out, so now we're gonna go ahead and whip this wax. Guys, before we do anything, I want you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You do not want to miss all the fabulous things that we'll be doing on this channel this week. Also, I want to remind you that if you need to know where I get my fragrance from, if you need to know where I buy all my supplies from, if you want to need to know where I buy my jars from, if you need to know where you can ball on a budget and get all the things I get because I'm very cheap, go ahead and click that book me button. Is inside the description box where you can get 30 minutes of a Zoom session or a FaceTime call with me, and we can just go ahead, because remember, I'm a fragrance oil vendor, so I'm going to give you something that will let your company be free of that high cost of shipping and free of that high cost of a bill that you're going to pay from them little bottles that you're getting from Candle Science. So come on over to my place and I'll show you something a little bit better. I'll tell you guys where to get your boxes from for cheap. I tell you guys how to what type of shipping thing that you need to use. I do not use pirate ship. I tell you guys that. I tell you guys so much. Like, you get so much information for those 30 minutes or to an hour, but I think 30 minutes is sufficient enough. You really, really, really need to do it. I spent thousands of dollars, making mistakes. I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get my lovely chair, I'm getting my spatula, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna whip this wax and we're gonna make these cinnamon buns come to life. Guess who stopped by the studio to see us today, guys? Can you imagine, like, me being in the studio, me just being as cool as I am, and then somebody just shows up? Guess who it is, guys? Guess who it is? It's a cinnamon little mini. Ooh, isn't this so adorable, guys? I made this look. That's why I said y'all got to do these coaching sessions, because a lot of this stuff, the wick that I use, you would never believe the wick that I use if I told you guys. So it's just so many secrets that I gotta release. I tell you guys so much free information on here, what to do, what to use, where to buy your stuff from. I have to just get you by myself and tell you some more information. So go ahead. I'm telling you guys, you do not want to miss that. But these are the little mini cinnamon buns that I made that I'm going to be using for pop-up shops. I talked about that yesterday. You use the Eco 2 wick for that, but I have another little secret. So make sure you do that just for that. But if you do want to make these little tiny minis that we talked about yesterday, guys, this little container, they $4 for $1, and these things sell like hotcakes. I sell them for $7. It smells so good. I mixed 2 fragrances together to make a Cinnabon fragrance, and it smells delicious. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna whip this wax up. We're gonna whip it, thin it out. Yes, this is gonna be good. This is the best way to do it if you let it sit too long. Today, I did, and it would have, I'm talking about, it would have tore my arm up, y'all. My arm would have been tore up from the flow up. So this is the best way to do it if you just, you know, you ran along and let it sit way too long. Okay, it should be thick and creamy. Now, I'm trying something a little bit different. I bent my piping tip because I don't want it to go in. I wanted to go in kind of looking like ice cream. So I bent my piping tip just to try something different. If it don't work, y'all, you're just going to fix it and take it back to its original way that I do it. All right. Come on out, come on out. I need all my whisk off of this whisk. Splashing everywhere. Okay. Let me get my little spatula. Got that. Pour all this. Now this is the way it should look. It should look like icing. It should be nice and thick. You don't want it to be runny. If it's running when you bend the bowl, then it's not ready. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do that part. So I'm gonna put this inside of the bag. Okay, so I got my right piping tip. I put away the doo-doo one, and now I'm ready to just. It looks good. I like the whip when you use the blender. It gives it like another kind of look. I can't even explain it. Like, it really looks like cream. So when you use the blender, the hand mixer, it does make a difference. It gives it like a real creamy look. So I have put it in my piping bag and bringing it down. And what you do first is do like a test little squeeze just to get it down to the bottom, and I have. And so I'm going to show you guys how to get it to where though it looks really nice. So I'm gonna move all this stuff to the side. Remember, make sure you add these along with that collection where people don't have to spend, you know, just they got a mini and they got a big one, so they can try it out. Kind of like giving them a sample. Okay. So squeeze your whipped into here. It should come out really beautifully. I mean, like, it should really be pretty when you use that blender, mixer, hand mixer. Guys, listen, it's really late where I am right now, and I'm doing this video for y'all because I love y'all, but normally I would be asleep. If you could see the time in the back of me, then you would know. It's way past my hour. So I'm just gonna go around. This is not the normal way that I do it. This is really thick. I don't know why it's so thick right now, but I maybe need to take it and put it back through the blender a little bit, but I can work with it as thick as it is. You know, I can make anything pop. So I'm just gonna bang down on it, because when it's thick like that and I'm messing up, it's best to just bang it down. I'm just taking my piping tip and I'm just going around, just making some little flower designs. Okay, so as you can see, this is very cute. I'm gonna bang down on it a little bit, and I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna take one of these Cinnabons, and I'm gonna sit it on here. You can sit it on the side, you can sit it in the front, wherever you want to sit it, but just take it, place it on here. That's what I did. I'm just gonna leave it on the side like that. This is really cute that way. And make sure you fill it in the back when you do that, because you want to make sure that it's sitting up on top of some wax. So you just pretty much set it up in the back and add a little bit more wax around the wick, and you should be good to go. So this is my first one, and it's kind of like a little flower. It's pretty cute, but I'm going to not do that one. The next one is can't see the details.